Now that the college football regular season is over, it's time for teams to look at what positions they need to fill through the transfer portal. I'm going to give you the 5 positions of need that my team, the West Virginia Mountaineers, need to fill, in my opinion, this offseason via the portal. And I'm going to give you that list right after this word from my sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you. What is up, college sports fans, Big 12 fans, and fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? Welcome into another edition of Kuz's Corner. Belly yourself up to the bar. Let me pour you out another shot of top-shelf college football content. On tap in today's episode, we are talking about West Virginia and the positions they need to fill via the transfer portal. I think it's December 4th. The portal window will open for players to enter, and that's also when coaches can start contacting players to try to get them on visits and recruit them out of the portal. The first position I want to talk about, and the biggest one I think that they need to fill, is cornerback. West Virginia was pretty good here, especially with Beanie Bishop on one side of the field, one of the top cornerbacks in the country this year. I think he led the nation, or at one time was leading the nation in passes defended and pass breakups. Performed really well. That was a home run move for them to get him out of the portal from Minnesota. But he only had 1 year of eligibility here at West Virginia, so he's gone. The corner on the other side, Malachi Ruffin, he's also gone. He has no eligibility remaining. He played pretty well too. The problem is those guys had to play just about every snap, at least after the first couple games of the season. Andrew Wilson-Lamp started there as a starter instead of Malachi Ruffin, but he didn't pan out. He did not perform well, so they had to take him off. And I don't think he saw the field a whole lot after that. He did get a few snaps later in the season during some garbage time appearances, and he did play some special teams. But Andrew Wilson-Lamp just did not, for whatever reason, did not live up to the expectations. Can he make another jump? He's only a redshirt sophomore. Can he make a bigger jump going into next season? Who knows? We've got Jacoby Spells there as well. He was a true sophomore. Can he make a jump going in to next season? Again, we don't know. It's a big risk to take just to assume those guys are going to make a jump to be good enough to be starters. And even if they are, you still need depth at that spot because you're losing 2 guys. And yes, they went out and got Montre Miller last year as well from Kent State. He ended up missing the year with an injury, and I don't think he has any eligibility left. So I'm not sure if he can even get a medical red shirt. If someone else knows differently, let me know in the comment section. But I think they need to get at least 2 cornerbacks out of the portal. We do have some freshmen behind Lamp and Spells, but again, they're freshmen. They may not be ready yet. So they need to go get some depth pieces at corner. Try to get some guys who can be elite cover corners so that you can play a lot more man-to-man defense on the edges and on the corners, because when you can play man, you can get more pressure on the quarterback, which will improve your pass defense overall. So I think they need to get corners. Number 2, the wide receiver position. Look, I think the wide receivers on this team in 2023 perform better than any set of wide receivers we've had under Neil Brown. I like Hudson Clement. I like Preston Fox. I like Traylon Ray. I like Rodney Gallagher. But we are losing Devin Carter, who was a grad transfer, was supposed to be our number 1 guy. Didn't turn out to – well, he was our number 1 guy at times, but to me, he really didn't live up to the expectations. And he even lost his starting spot to Traylon Ray by the end of the year. So you lose him. He has no eligibility left. You lost Cortez Braham and Jeremiah Aaron to the portal. And you lost – and Noah Massey, the transfer you brought in from Angelo State, is leaving because he has no eligibility left, is my understanding. So he'll be gone. So you're losing 4 guys from that room. Now, some of those guys didn't play. Aaron and Braham even left the team after they played 4 games. But nonetheless, those were bodies in that room that you probably need going into next season. So I think they need to go out and get at least 1, if not 2, wide receivers out of the portal. And they need to try to get 1 guy who can be an elite number 1 receiver for this team. Even better than what Devin Carter was. Traylon Ray could be that guy next year. He can make that jump and be a number one receiver. But again, we don't know that. It's a risk to assume that a true freshman is going to be elite in year 2 in the program. So I don't think it hurts anything to go get a number one elite receiver out of the portal if you can. A guy who can be number one, and at the very least, he gives you another body in that room, and he pushes the current guys on the roster to be even better. So go out and try to get you a number one receiver and maybe even a second receiver if you can, if you have room. The third position of need, in my opinion, offensive line, specifically offensive tackle. I know we have a lot of guys coming back from that O-line, but guys, we're losing 2 of our starters. We're losing Zach Frazier at the center spot, and we're losing Doug Nestor at the right tackle spot. I have got confidence that Brandon Yates can fill in for Zach Frazier at the center position and be solid there. But that right tackle spot, they need to, in my opinion, need to go try to find a guy to be who's a lead out there, who can be a starter at that spot. And I know we have Nick Malone coming back, and he is arguably, I don't even know if it's arguable. Nick Malone is good enough to start at that spot, but he's not Doug Nestor. Can they go out and find another Doug Nestor or someone even better than Doug Nestor? Again, even if he doesn't start, he pushes Nick Malone to make Nick Malone better, and it gives you another body in that room. You can never have too many guys on the offensive line. I'm also excited about some of our youngsters. Johnny Williams, he's going to be really good, I think. I think Nick Cray has the opportunity to be really good. We have a freshman coming in named Kyle Altuner, who my friend Mountaineer Paul's really high on. He really jumps off the screen at you when you watch him play. He might even be good enough to come in and start as a freshman. I don't know. But you really don't want freshmen starting on the offensive line if you can help it. So for that reason, I would like to see West Virginia go out and get another piece to add to that offensive line, specifically someone who can fill Doug Nestor's spot or at least be a backup to Nick Malone at the right tackle position. Number 4, the edge rusher position. I would love to see West Virginia get an elite edge rusher. It's something they have really not had since Neil Brown's been here. The bandit position, to me, has not been consistent. Jared Bartlett's had moments where he's played great, but he's not been consistent. They brought Tyron Bradley in last year. He did good at times, but again, wasn't real consistent, and sometimes he struggled in pass coverage because the bandits sometimes have to drop back in pass coverage. We've got James Hurd Jr., who came in as a freshman, was expected to get some playing time, but battled injury, so they decided to not play him and redshirt him. I think he has the potential to be elite, but again, he's not played yet. So it's a huge unknown, and I think it's too big of a risk to rely on unknowns. So to me, you've got Jared Bartlett graduating. Try to go out and get you an elite bandit / edge rusher in the portal. If you can't get you an elite edge rusher, go find you an elite defensive end to get on the field, even if it's only on third downs, to get on the field that can rush the passer and put pressure on opposing quarterbacks. West Virginia did a good job of that earlier in the season, but most of the pressure was coming from the linebacker spot, mainly Trey Lathan before he got injured. Then closer to the end of the year, they started using safeties and whatnot. Marcus Floyd was blitzing a lot more. And I'm not saying they stopped doing that, but you need to be able to get pressure without blitzing all the time. In order to do that, you need a lead edge rusher, and I think they need to go find one in the portal. And last but not least, the safety position. We're losing a couple guys here to graduation. We're going to lose Marcus Floyd to graduation. We had Keyshawn Cobb that they brought in from the portal. There was another body in that room. We're losing him to graduation. He missed a season with an injury, unfortunately. Not sure if he'll be back or not. Either he or Montre Miller one are going to try to get a medical red shirt. I'm not sure which one that is, but there's no guarantee it'll be approved. So you need to go get a body there. Also, Lance Dixon, we heard a story about him. He was removed from the team for whatever reason. There were rumors floating around about that. It's another topic for another show. But nonetheless, and yes, he was a spear. They already have spears. They have Raleigh Collins at spear. They've moved Christian Stokes to spear. So I think they need to go get a safety that can help in pass coverage, because to me, our safeties struggled in pass coverage a lot this year. And I'd like to see him fix it. Anthony Wilson should be back for another year. We've got Aubrey Burks back for another year. Hershey McLaurin still has a year of eligibility. But again, we lost Lance Dixon, and we're losing Marcus Floyd, and we're losing Keyshawn Cobb. So they need to get another safety, in my opinion, out of the portal for depth. And again, if there's an elite one out there, go get him. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know in the comments, what positions do you think we need to fill? Is there a position you think West Virginia needs to fill that I didn't mention in this show? Do you think they need to go get a quarterback? I personally don't. As long as the guys that are on the roster now stay, I think they keep the quarterbacks they have. I do have a fear that Nico Marchiol may decide to leave. If he does, then you go get a quarterback. If he does not, then I think you stick with what you have. But, again, it's all a big if. It's up in the air right now. And, heck, who knows? News could come out by the time this video is published because this portal stuff is changing every day. Guys that are not graduates cannot enter the portal officially until next week, but there are guys coming out announcing their intentions of entering the portal already. And there have been some grad transfers throughout the country that have entered as well. But, again, let me know in the comments what you think. Guys, speaking of the transfer portal, what helps the transfer portal? What helps get guys and retain guys? NIL money. NIL money. It's major. It's big in college football right now. College athletics across the board. There are a lot of ways you can help West Virginia football players through NIL. One of those ways is also a way you can help me and my show. I am an affiliate marketer of ONIT athlete trading cards, and you can get West Virginia Mountaineer trading cards right now using the link in my description box. The ONIT athlete link in my description box will take you to the ONIT athlete site. Find the West Virginia Mountaineer trading cards. Get you some of those. Players get 60% of the profits via NIL, via name, image, and likeness. So it's a really good way to support your favorite college football athletes. And if you're watching this show and you're not a fan of West Virginia, your team may be available as well. All teams aren't available yet. They're working on getting more teams, but I know Oklahoma's available. I saw Texas Tech on there. I've seen several other teams that are available, so go check it out now. So go to onitathlete.com using the link in my description box. And if you do that, I'll get a small commission as well. So you can support me and support West Virginia football at the same time. Also, guys, I have a website. I don't advertise it enough. KuzisCorner.com. There are some really good articles over there by my writers. There's a few up there that I've even written myself. So go check it out, KuzisCorner.com. It's also a way to access my videos and my audio-only podcasts all in one place. So go check that out, please. And also don't forget about the basketball channel, Hoops from the Hills, too, guys. Basketball season's in full swing. Mountaineer Paul and I have a channel called Hoops from the Hills. Go check it out. And then last but not least, I want to give a shout-out to some of my VIP channel members. Shout out to Big Dan T, Timbo, Outlaw of College Football, and Cody Cutright. Thank you all for being VIP members here at Kuzis Corner. If you want to join this elite club and take advantage of the perks it has to offer, click the join button below. If you don't see a join button for whatever reason, go to my description box. Again, there's a link to the join button as well, or a link to my page where you can join the channel. Sometimes I'll give early access to videos. Club level members, which is level 2, sometimes gets early access with limited ads. You obviously get the member shout outs. There are contests I'll do occasionally as well. So go check it out. Check out the link in the description box or hit join below to be a VIP member. Guys, if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to support me free, it's free, quick, easy. The thumbs up button. Hit that. It's called a like. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, helps my video get pushed out to more people. You can leave a comment below, share it with your family and friends who like West Virginia football and conference realignment and Big 12 football, because that's what I talk about here. And last but not least, if you haven't subscribed to Kuzis Corner, what in the world are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. It might be red, black, white. I don't know what color it is on your device, but hit it. It's easy. It's free. And if you hit the notification bell as well, you'll get notified of future uploads and future live streams. With all that being said, guys, I really appreciate you tuning in to this episode of Kuzis Corner. I hope you have a top shelf day, and cue Country Roads.